Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to be doing something a little different today. I'm going to be doing some War Thunder. This is a game I haven't actually played in a little bit of time, at least 2 months, just because I was really busy before I went on holidays, and I went on holidays, and then I've been busy since I got back from holidays. But I'm going to be getting into a little bit more War Thunder. I've patched everything all up, and I'll be taking a look at the newer patch that they've rolled out in the last little while. But today, I'm going to be talking about this tank. This is the precursor to the Panzer IIIM, which this one in particular is the Panzer III J1. And honestly, I like it almost as much because it has a lot of the qualities I like in a tank. It moves pretty well, the turret's really fast, the reload is fast, and the 50mm gun is pretty awesome. It has a capability of one-shotting tanks if you know where to hit them. It's pretty accurate, and for the most part, there's not too much to dislike. The armor sometimes works if you can angle it pretty good. Don't let them shoot your driver window. Your game will come to a quick end if you let them shoot there. Like with any Panzer sort of tank in War Thunder, there are all the places where you can die quickly or like getting shot in the side of the turret through the driver port because your ammo rack is right behind it. Those are the quickest ways to die in this tank. And all those lessons carry over into the next tank. So I'm going to roll up, I'm going to hit this guy, boom, right there, and then he gets killed like the second later by something else because I did so much damage to him. And my loader just got a little bit wounded from that shot. So I'm going to roll up, and you can see the gun depression of the tank isn't so bad. And I got a shot at the side of the turret on the KV2, which will have no problem going through almost all the time. I tried to rock my suspension back and forth a little bit there, because the server for War Thunder is capable of doing it, but from what I understand, we probably won't get that in World of Tanks because their server architecture isn't able to handle that sort of massive hard physics type calculations. So that's unfortunate, but we're talking about War Thunder, and typically this game is a lot more technically advanced than World of Tanks. So, well, in some ways anyway. Take a shot M3 late. Managed to put a good shot into him, and then he got taken out. That happened a few times in this game. Now, we've taken the A point, and they're pretty much all just kind of driving right up through the gut, so it's kind of like shooting fish in a barrel because they're taking the low ground, they're not even taking the high ground. So I'm going to zip around this side. You can see the speed of the tank is great. Zip, 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 zip. And I'm pretty sure this guy's not paying attention, so I'm going to use the physics to whip my tank around a little bit, put a side shot into the back of the anti-aircraft tank, and take him down. So now he's dead. And I'm going to pop up over the back side of the hill here and see what I got to shoot at. And it looks like I've got a Panzer III with a little derpy crap gun on it. Until you get this 50mm gun on the Panzer III, it's not really worth playing the Panzer IIIs. I hate them until I get to this tank, and then when you move on from this tank to the Panzer IIIM, like the J1 is fantastic. I really like this tank. So again, I got the side shot on the turret and the KV2. I already shot him in the ammo rack twice, so the third shot, just with regular armor-piercing rounds, more than enough to kill the KV2, which is fantastic. And then I got a side shot in this guy's turret. Boom. Managed to take him out. Knocked out a bunch of his crew members. And I've got a really long-range shot at this guy, but he's moving, so I take a shot, and it misses. But, you know, not every shot like that's going to go in. You can see the tank traverses pretty well. The turret's quite quick. It's not as fast as an American tank, but it's not an area of concern for the J1. One of the weirder things that you got to try and account for when you're shooting at things where you're angled oddly, the game doesn't compensate for that. So you've got to try and aim more to the left because it's going to fall down, but down isn't straight down. Down is like down and to the right. So I'm shooting at this Stug, and I'm at a fairly decent range. It's probably, I don't know, what is that? 800 meters. This is where the rounds start having trouble penetrating quite as easily. And I can't hit the weak spots as well as I'd like. And I'm hitting them, I'm getting some shrapnel combs, but it's not really... there we go. Finally hit him right in the driver port. Now he's down. I'm using the momentum of the hill. Going to swing my tank back up to here and put a shot into this T-34. Got a pretty nice hit on him, critical, and did lots of damage to a few things on his tank. And this is where I get a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too cheeky. And I'm going to take a shot at this Sherman. But before I can shoot him, I get hit. I think my driver got knocked out. A bunch of stuff, bad things happened to the poor little J1. And I start taking hits, but I didn't die. And that's one of the things, like, I came up angled, so I was able to absorb a few of those hits and not completely die. So now I'm going to roll back. I'm going to repair. And the repair for this time, I think, was about, what, 25 seconds. So in the meantime, we can talk about other things. I'm not entirely sure what's rolled into the new patch. I know the Leopard 1 ended up showing up, and a few more end game sort of type things, but it'll be interesting to see what War Thunder is going to be doing in the future, because you've got Armored Warfare coming out, and World of Tanks is kind of trying to improve itself. Like, they've said that their new engine is sort of a new engine, because they didn't want to say it was a completely new engine because it's not fully rolled out yet. But I guess it is what it is. And they're talking about, and we've been working on physics for like years and years. And one of the things that people, it's a really divisive kind of subject, is that some people don't like the physics in War Thunder. I personally think they're pretty good, except for the tank-on-tank physics are quite bad. But that is as of 2 or 3 months ago. I don't know what they are like now, if they have improved or not. But just in general, I like the physics probably the most in this game. And then Armored Warfare, actually, the tank-on-tank collisions work fairly well, probably better than this game. But they're not quite perfect yet. But you do get cool things like track slip and things. So that's interesting. But if you're looking at a good tank, this is a good one to get in War Thunder if you're chewing down the German lines. This wasn't even fully upgraded. I didn't have the engine. I didn't have some of the better APCR shells, but you don't really need those shells to do well in this tank. None of my crews are amazing either. So it's one of the tanks I have the most fun with, this little J1. And for the most part, it's not hard to get to this level. It's only like a tier 2, 3 level tank. So it doesn't take that long to get up to be able to enjoy this tank, because a lot of the tier 1 stuff is crap. And as soon as you can get past that stuff in War Thunder, it really becomes a much better, happier, better game. But I'm going to call it right here. And thank you guys for listening and watching. And I will be doing more War Thunder in the future, along with Armored Warfare, to complement the World Tanks footage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao.